What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Free channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the power of focus. Why is focusing on one thing so important? But first, before I get into the topic of this video, I would appreciate it if you're new. If you would like the video, subscribe to the channel and check out some more of my other videos that'll be recommended to you at the end of this one. And also go follow me on Instagram. The link to that will be in the description below. So go follow me. I'll follow you back. And I will get right into it. But first, let me also update you. For those of you that do follow my channel, I am currently on home time, and tomorrow I will be going back solo. And so, yeah, I'll be going solo for the next 6 weeks. I'm going to be out for a good 3 weeks, and then I'm going to take a home time. And then after my next home time, I'm going to go out for another 3 weeks. And then my family and I were going on vacation. So that's going to be fun. And I will be posting videos like on our trip or whatever and showing you a lot of the cool scenery out in Arizona. It's a very beautiful area, and I will be doing some videos. So make sure you follow all those. And yeah, so let me get right into it, though. The power of focus. What do I mean by that? Well, I hear a lot of talk about, well, anytime you're looking at channels that talk about building wealth, investing, and business, career, finance, anything like that, usually you hear a lot about you have to have multiple flows of income, right? And it's not something that I disagree with. I do think you need to create multiple flows of income. For sure, that should be the long-term goal for anybody that's trying to create financial freedom. You never want to be dependent over the long run on one flow, right? One source of income. However, I do believe in the power of focus starting out. I do believe if you're starting from nothing and you do not yet have a skill, a career that is paying you 6 figures or more, I truly believe you should be focusing on getting one flow of income really, really high. Create a big flow of income first before you start worrying about creating multiple flows of income. Okay, you should be able to put away 50% of your income after paying all of your bills, after paying for your lifestyle or whatever. That's how much money you should be able to basically produce, and also you should be able to keep half of that, right? And that's the point. That, to me, honestly, if you're able to save and invest 50% of your income, you're finally at the point where you can start focusing on, okay, now I need to create multiple flows of income. Now I need to start taking half of this money and investing it and creating passive income, right? But if you're somebody who is only able to save a couple $100 a month, say you're only able to save like 10% of your income, well, savings is not your problem. You should be focused on building up a skill. You should be focused on educating yourself, learning a skill, and getting your income up. I truly believe that and that is something that I had to learn early on, especially when I was younger, like around the age of 20, 21. I tried to save money. I tried to skimp by. And what I had to realize was I need to go learn a skill. Like I'm saying, I needed to focus on getting great at something. I needed to focus on getting my income up so high that after I pay all my bills, I have a ton of money left over every single month that I can push into investments that do create multiple flows of income. Now, let me be clear. Multiple flows of income doesn't have to mean like you're investing in many different things, many different lanes. See, I'm in the trucking industry. For those of you that have never seen my channel, I'm in the trucking industry. You can create multiple flows of income in the trucking business. You can do that. You can create multiple flows of income as a company driver. But especially if you're somebody who is an owner-operator and then wants to grow a fleet. See, if you're a solo independent owner-operator, you've got one flow of income coming in, okay? But if you have 5 trucks, a 5-truck fleet, you have 5 flows of income. Yes, it's the same business, but you've got 5 different assets working for you. And it's the same thing if you own 5 rental properties versus 1 or whatever, right? If you're a company driver, well, how can you create multiple flows of income? That's crazy. No, it's not. Yeah, you have your basic, you run for your cent per mile, or you get paid a percentage or whatever, however you're getting paid. But also you've got referral bonuses, right? There's a lot of companies, almost every company out there has a good referral bonus program. A lot of these companies do now. You can make a ton of money on those referrals. That's an extra flow. I'm a trainer. That's an extra flow of income. I get paid a lot more money to be a trainer than I do to run solo. So that's an extra flow of income. You got safety bonuses, fuel bonuses. There's many different flows within one company, right? You can do that. Now, not everybody that works at your company, if you're a truck driver, assuming you are, creates multiple flows of income. They only earn the CPM, right? Because they don't know how to hit the fuel bonus or the safety bonus or the referral bonus or whatever. They're not even trying to create extra income for themselves outside of just driving, right? And so that's kind of, but think about it though. You're creating multiple flows of income. You're focusing though on one lane. If I'm at a company, I'm going to look for every way possible to create the most income possible at that company, no matter what I do. Whenever I do venture out and buy my first truck, I'm going to look for every way possible to increase my income when I buy that truck. I'm going to look for every way possible to cut my expenses also and create a better profit margin, right? So that's what people should be doing though. I truly believe this. Like, you have to focus. You notice I'm talking about multiple flows of income, but within the same lane. And I truly believe at first, learning a skill, no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be trucking. I'm just using trucking as an example because that's what I do. But there's people that watch my videos that are not in trucking and they don't want to be in trucking, and that's totally fine because this isn't only a trucking channel. So whatever career field you're going into, look for different ways to create multiple flows of income, but within the same lane, because then you're focusing on one thing. You're getting great at one thing. You're learning how to create with one thing. And then eventually, once you start earning so much money from that first flow, and it's huge, like I said, you're able to save half of your income and really start plowing money away and investing in other things. But you've got to get your income up first to that point to where you can save and invest at least 50% of your income. So let's say you're making $100,000 a year and you can live on 50. Well, the other 50, that's enough money to really build wealth with, because if you take $50,000 and let's say you invest it into a basic S&P 500 index fund, and I'm not a financial advisor, this is just an example, but the S&P 500 has averaged about a 10% rate of return since its inception. And so if you took that $50,000, you would earn an average rate of $5,000 a year on that $50,000 investment. And if you do that for 10 years straight, just 50K, 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 you're going to be a multimillionaire in a very small amount of time. But let's say you continue to focus on not saving, but going from 100K to 200K. Well, as long as you can continue to live on that 50, now you're able to put like 75% of your income away. And how fast can you build wealth when you focus on income, when you focus on creating more income within the same lane? Like I said, the power of focus. How fast are you going to build wealth? How fast are you going to be able to save up money and make a huge investment, like purchase a rental property or what? It doesn't matter. There's so many different avenues. There's so many different ways to create multiple flows of income. But like I said, at first, focusing on creating as much income as possible within one lane, that is what I truly believe people should be doing. I do not believe that people should be focused on saving starting out. It's not what I did. I just think it's a bad idea. I think, once you get started in your career, absolutely clear out all your debts and everything like that. But once you get out of debt, focus on really developing your skills, making more money. And once you make enough money to be able to put away 50% of your income, that's when you want to start stacking aside and pushing away some money off to the side so that you can make those investments in more passive investments, right? But hey, let's say you want to come into, let's say, trucking, right? And you want to buy a truck. Well, can you make 100 grand a year as a company driver? Absolutely, you can. And the people that say you can't, they just don't want to work hard for it. I mean, you can absolutely do it. Nowadays, you can do it. You can make 100 grand a year without owning a truck, and I do it. And that is not to brag. That is just to simply tell people that watch my channel, like, you can come in this business and do that with the right work ethic and the right mentality. You can do it. And if you're making that kind of money, you're going to be able to set aside a lot of money and be able to invest and really build wealth. But like I said, at first, you got to focus. Don't worry about all these different things, all these different avenues. Don't worry about real estate if you're just starting out in trucking. Don't worry about stocks at first when you're just getting in trucking. Worry about getting good at what you're doing and increasing your income. And then once you get great at what you're doing and you've mastered the craft, mastered the trade, then you can start growing from that. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on something that I truly believe is important. And like I always say in my videos, you don't have to agree with anything I say, but I see the most successful people in the world doing what I'm telling you. And I'm sharing this with you because, like I said, I think it's important. The power of focus, it is important. Look at all the most successful people in the world. Name, household names. What did they do? They got wealthy off of one thing first. And then once they got really wealthy, once they built up one thing really big, then they started expanding and investing in multiple different things and diversifying. Diversification is good when you have a lot of money, but when you don't have a lot of money, it doesn't do you any good. You kind of want to take those risks. You want to be on offense, in other words, starting out. And like I said, that's something that I had to learn around the age of 20, 21, that I needed to go on the offense. I needed to quit focusing on saving and pinching pennies or whatever and start playing offense and start really trying to increase my income. And ever since then, ever since it clicked in my head and I realized that, hey, I've got to focus. I've got to get great at something and really build it up before I start diversifying. That changed my life. That changed my life because, like I said, I've noticed that extremely wealthy people, they play offense. They're always on the offense. They're always trying to push and advance all the time. If you look at the poor and the middle class, they're trying to save money, clip coupons. Their problem is not, and I'm not bashing poor people or middle class people. I grew up that way. But the point is there's a different mindset. With the poor and the middle class, they're trying to save. They're trying to just get by. Well, the rich are always on offense. Like I said, they're always trying to advance. They're always trying to increase that revenue. And so that's important, okay? Because you're not going to build wealth without increasing your income. It's nearly impossible. You have to have more money coming in than money going out. And then what you do with that money that's left over, you have to learn to invest. And that is where you want to learn to invest in the business you're already in, or invest in another business, using the money that you made from your primary source of income to create multiple flows of income. And I will talk about multiple flows of income and in another video, but this is the beginner phase. I really feel like this is important, like I said, to understand the power of focus, to understand that you're not going to build wealth, you're not going to get out of your situation without playing offense. And so what is that going to require? That's going to require you to learn a skill, learn a trade that is valuable to the marketplace. And a lot of people that watch my channel are truck drivers, or they're looking at getting into trucking. And so if you're looking at getting into trucking, you're doing that. You're getting into a field to where in a year to 2 years, you can start making 100 grand a year, and you can make beyond 100 grand a year, especially if you go the route of owning your own truck, building a fleet, or whatever. You can make a lot of money in this business. And once you start making that kind of money, that's when you want to start plowing some away, learning to invest in other things. If you don't want to invest entirely in the trucking industry, learn about real estate, learn about stocks. I've talked about those on my channel before. My last student, Mike, we did a video about a bunch of different personal finance topics. So go check that out. Maybe I'll recommend that at the end of this one. But anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video. And for those of you that made it this far, I appreciate you for watching the video. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video. And thank you for watching. God bless. Have a great day. Peace out.